What's up, guys? It's Todd with H24 Outdoors, and today I'm going to bring you guys a video talking about the top three lakes, in my opinion, to fish in Arkansas during the fall. And the reason that I'm doing this is because deer season starts in 3 days, or bow season starts in 3 days. We're about to have a nice cold front. The weather is about to be very fall-like. And so, in the spirit of fall, I figured I would make this video talking about the top three lakes in Arkansas to fish in the fall. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys. So this list that I'm about to bring you guys, it's not in any particular order. Obviously, if I had to pick one of these lakes to go to be the number one, I'd say probably Greer's Ferry. But that's just my personal opinion because there's also a lot of lakes that aren't on this list that are going to be really good for fall as well. But starting out at number one, I've got Lake Dardanelle. And Lake Dardanelle, if you don't know, is located near Russellville. And it's just a reservoir off of the Arkansas River. And Lake Dardanelle has a ton of grass. And from fishing there in state a few years ago, it was so fun. We did it in October, cold mornings where I was bundled up, and then it got warmer in the evenings, just typical fall weather. And I just remember it was a tough tournament, but I did have fun catching a lot of fish because what those fish do is they just push around and push shad all up in these grass flats and nasty hydrilla and stuff. And it was really fun just to pull them out of there. And then later in the day, when they'd kind of pull out of the grass, then you go and fish a steep rocky bank. And it's just so fun. I had a lot of fun fishing that tournament. And I know that a lot of people do really good out there in the fall time, and it's just a fun time because I feel like Dardanelle especially gets really tough in the winter, and so you gotta kind of get it out of your system because during the winter I've heard that Dardanelle can be pretty tough. And I've never been out there, but I'm not the biggest Dardanelle fan, but I do like it in the fall and the summer. But yeah, number one is definitely Dardanelle. And number two is going to be Lake Ouachita. Lake Ouachita is like the Big O. People call it Arkansas's biggest lake, but it is a fun lake to fish in the fall. I remember when I was fishing high school tournaments, we would have those tournaments on Lake Ouachita, and it was a blast. There are tons of shad, and there's tons of points to just bounce around. You can literally just go point, 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 point. I mean, you look at it on a map, there is unlimited points, there's islands, everything that would make someone or make a bass go crazy in the fall. They've got so much to push up on and so much to pull back out on, and it's just fun. Throwing a shad color bait out there and starting to throw. It's like I like throwing like a red eye shad whenever I'm out during the fall. But yeah, I love Lake Ouachita especially, and especially during that high school tournament. I haven't been out there in the fall in a while, but I do remember whenever we did that we were absolutely smashing them. And I'll say throw a jig, a red eye shad. Sounds like the people next door just fell through the wall. A jig, a red eye shad, underspins do really great out there. And I'd also say like a little rock crawler, not quite all the way red, like maybe that orange color. I can't remember what it's called, but a rock crawler does really good out there. And last but not least, I have got to go with Greer's Ferry. Greer's Ferry is my favorite lake to fish, and fall is no exception. Fall in Greer's Ferry Lake is one of the most special places to be. And as a big hunter, it is really hard for me to take time off of hunting to go fishing because once it's hunt season, I like to go. But in the rare occasions that I do, I go to Greer's Ferry. It's right by my deer camp, and the fish literally go crazy. If you want to learn how to catch smallmouth, that is the time to do it. In the fall, I don't know what it is, but those smallmouth get fired up, and sometimes it seems like they're loaded up on every point out there and loaded up on every dock. But I just feel like October, even into November, is kind of in my opinion, some of the best times to be out there. And I know November is pretty late, but if you will get out there whenever it is really cold and you throw a wobblehead or Underspin, like I said, a jerk bait does phenomenal out there, and it's a fun place to be. There are some big smallmouth, but if you pull away and just want to start fun fishing, go fish those bridge pilings. There's the Narrows Bridge, the Devil's Fork Bridge, and then there's that bridge. If you go past Devil's Fork, there's another bridge, and those fish school up for some reason so heavy on those bridges during the fall that you just if a boat drives by, it seems like it just fires up those shad and they come out and they're good sized spots. It's a fun place to be. So if you're in a kayak, there's a boat ramp, obviously by Devil's Fork. There's the Narrows boat ramp, and you can fish those bridges. And the Narrows is not a bad spot to fish, anyways. It's just a big steep bank, and then you got Hurricane Bay right there, and yeah. So if you really just want to go catch some fish, I'd say go fish the bridge pilings at Groose Ferry. And I'm kind of giving away some secrets, I guess, but if you didn't know, they go crazy on those bridge pilings at Groose Ferry. And like I said, you can throw the kitchen sink at them. Uh, I don't really throw creature baits out there in the fall, but just your shad, your red baits, but especially your shad. The jerk bait that I would recommend would be the Shimano, the flash bolt jerk baits with the reflective stuff on it. They do really well out there. So yeah, Groose Ferry. Um, like I said, there's no particular order, but in my opinion, Groose Ferry is going to be the place to go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, it's starting to get into the fall season, which is the best time of the year. There's no debate about it. It's just how could you not like fall? How could you not like those cold mornings? And it just creates some really good fishing. And that transition can be tricky, but once those temps stay consistently into the 50s and 40s, that is when the fishing becomes money. And if you're a hunter like myself, try to find some time to slip away and do some fishing during the fall because it can be productive and there's a lot of big fish biting. I've caught some studs in the fall whenever I'm not deer hunting. So yeah, without further ado, I'll let you guys get back to whatever you were doing today. But thank you for taking your time to watch our video. And if you are at the end of the video, please like and subscribe and give us a comment. Tell us what lakes you like to go to during this fall times. But with all that being said, y'all have a good one. Peace.